2 years ago, a subscriber sold me this Miata for $300 and it's had a rough life ever since. First was the Temu Supercharger.
It sounds horrendous.
It made it to the end of the block.
Did we just blow up the motor?
Everything filled with plastic, so we swapped to engine number 2. Put the bigger Amazon Supercharger on and made it to the dyno.
141! With a $300 supercharger, we made 30 horsepower.
It actually drifted amazing and was the best it's ever run, until it wasn't. This time we had a screen to catch the plastic, but that couldn't stop a bearing from spinning. Engine number 3 was fully built. Forged rods, race bearings, turbo, and supercharger.
We should probably push it out of the rig.
Yep. Spun a bearing within 2 minutes. Turns out we're not good at building engines. So motor number 4 was stock. We put the twin charge setup back on, but could not get it to run right. So we pulled off the supercharger, left the turbo, and this is how it currently sounds. The first drift event of the season is in 2 days. Can we get this thing running and turn it into the ultimate Miata drift missile? I honestly have no idea. But let's get her into the shop and find out. In addition to the horrible screeching noises the engine is making, the car also dies whenever we put in the clutch, which could be caused by a few different issues, none of which are the transmission.
So let's go ahead and get started on this transmission swap. Because we think it's the transmission somehow.
Nowhere on the internet is that a symptom of a bad transmission, but we've changed the clutch, all of the bearings, and it was dying on clutch push-in with the previous engine, so the only thing that remains from the original car is the transmission, so we gotta switch it.
I've never heard of an input shaft being bent before, but boy, do all the symptoms point to a bent input shaft. So we have an extra transmission, it's easy enough to try, and we get to take this back out for the second time in a week.
The engine definitely could be bad. If it was a bad thrust bearing, it would have the same symptoms. We just don't think that is the case from all the tests we've done, and this is a new engine.
Yeah, what are the odds that 2 Facebook Marketplace engines from complete and total strangers for as cheap a deal as possible would both be broken? There's no way, right?
It's definitely possible. This is where we're at, you guys. We're just trying all the things to get this car to work.
We're here banging our heads against a wall so that you guys have something fun to watch. So we're going to stop talking and start wrenching.
The benefit of having a Miata junkyard in the backyard is we did have this extra transmission we can throw in there and test our theory, eliminate these variables and try and figure out what's going on with this thing as a easy, kind of free, relatively easy couple hours. Having a little bit of fun there?
Oh, don't mind me. Just lubing the shaft.
Not doing a very good job of convincing the audience that we're not a couple.
We fight like one. I have more couple-related arguments with you than my actual wife, that's for sure.
This is the new one. We'll get it right back in there. And then hopefully fire it up and not hear that horrible noise. It's very 50-50, or maybe even less good odds.
We're basing all of our hypothesis on the fact that the transmission felt like it was grinding, and when you press the clutch in, it killed the motor.
Transmission did not feel like it was grinding when it was going from gear to gear, though. At all. Like, it was great. So
yeah,
that's the weird part.
It's certainly a sunny day, and we got that going for us. Dylan in a package, you know what this means.
As long as we can get this car running, we have some really exciting parts in this box.
Let me guess, Temu?
Nope, this is an IRP angle kit. We love their short shifter in the off-road car, so I bought their angle kit. I saw some pictures of it online. It gives like 180 degrees of angle or something ridiculous, so it's gonna make this drift car incredible.
Sick, dude. Now, when you're spinning out, the tires will be all the way sideways. That'll be cool.
That is the beauty of an angle kit, is no more spinning out. Let's unbox it real quick. I need some something to get me hyped up to keep going on this ridiculous engine build.
Legitimately, I don't think we've ever had a brand new part to install on any of these cars.
Oh, dude, look at that. They're even yellow.
So this is a full kit. It has lower control arms, upper control arms, knuckles, and I think tie rod extenders. Like, it's a serious, real deal. These cost 4 times as much as this car costs total.
So what you're saying is we have, what, a day and a half to replace the entire front suspension components and driveline?
Yeah, and possibly do a motor swap if this doesn't work. So I should probably just put this away and get back to work, huh?
Look at that, dude. Some actual Heims.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
This is a really solid kit. I'm really excited to get this on there and hopefully do some drifting in 2 days.
All right, after dropping a transmission on my head and inventing a bunch of new swear words, I think we're ready to try this thing out. Dylan, how do you feel?
I'm pretty nervous, to be honest. I suddenly am feeling less confident now than when we started. It's the only variable. Like, it has to be it, right?
It's the only constant. We've already changed all the variables. Oh man, this is big. All right, bud.
Nope, that didn't solve it. It shouldn't have solved it, and it didn't. How can we be surprised?
The problem is I'm out of ideas. We've tried tuning, we've tried clutch, we've tried bleeding the clutch. I mean, at this point, it has to be something in the bottom end of the motor, maybe. I'm stumped. I've never had a car die because I pressed the clutch in. That's so weird.
Whatever's about to happen, I didn't like the way that question was about to be asked.
The motor is already basically destroyed. Should we just run it into the ground at the drift event? I mean, we can't blow it up more. Like, we don't really have time to swap a new engine in.
I thought you were going to say we should swap this motor with a different kind of motor. And that would be a lot of work before a drift event. But just destroying a motor at the drift event sounds like not a lot of work. And I like the sound of that.
What is the worst that could happen? Like, it's already...
Yeah?
The only difference is then we get to break it live in front of humans also, not just on the internet. And there might be something to that. Attempt number whatever this is.
We got a new clutch master and slave, and it bled a lot better this time, so there is a chance that that's what our problem was.
Yeah, it looked like it was trying to roll every time you put it into gear, which, I don't know.
You guys know we're all about saving money on our builds, so I'm excited to announce today's video is sponsored by Coopert. Coopert is a free browser extension designed to help save you guys money while shopping online. It supports Chrome, Edge, Opera, Firefox, and Safari on desktop and Safari on mobile. With 6 million weekly active users on desktop and 3 million on mobile, Coopert serves over 200,000 merchants globally. Coopert offers 3 core services: automatic coupon testing, cashback rewards, and price comparison service. Coopert's automatic coupon testing is supported by over 3 million retailers. And it's super easy to use. Just install the extension, register an account, browse the website, and click the Coopert extension button on the checkout page. After clicking Apply Coupon, the screen shows how Coopert automatically searches for coupons and then displays the page showing how much money was saved in the end. Coopert supports cashback from over 76,000 retailers, including our favorite Temu, but there's also Macy's, Walmart, and a bunch more. I saved 20% off these Crocs, plus earned cash back. Cashback rewards typically take an average of 15 days to process and can be redeemed by gift card, PayPal, or bank card. Click the link below to install Coopert and never overpay online again. We're 24 hours away from the drift event, and we might have a car. I think it's still gonna die when we push in the clutch, but at least we might be able to get it into gear.
I'm pretty sure there's not a single bolt we haven't touched on this car. But conveniently, the last bolt we just touched was the adjustment on the clutch pedal itself. We maxed that puppy out, so we have 100% of the throw that this car is capable of without like welding one of the rods longer. And now we can get it into gear. So the real question is, can we drive it? Only one way to find out.
Let's find out. It's really hard to get in and out of reverse.
Yeah.
It's a used transmission, so that might just be the transmission. But it's going into first fine now.
As long as we have first and second.
No power steering. That needs to change before drifting. We have a drift car for the first time in a year. It definitely still wants to die, but yep, you gotta give it gas when your clutch is in. It's driving. There's a bit of a knock sound coming from up there, maybe.
There's some sort of a tick going on. We kind of have a car now.
We kind of have a car. It works. Our AFRs are staying good. I mean, it definitely needs more tuning, and we can get the angle kit on and we'll go shredding. This is awesome.
All right, so the car is sort of running.
Hey, that's a good thing. It hasn't even been sort of running for almost a year, so we're gonna take that.
Yeah, win's a win. My question, will it be running after we put all the effort to put this angle kit on, work this thing out for the entire weekend at a drift event? Are we pushing this onto the trailer?
It's 50-50. I honestly have a little bit of faith in the Miata motor though. I'm not sure if that knock is like real rod knock. I think it might just be a weird sound, so I do think it will drive onto the trailer. I'm gonna bet that.
All right. I hope so too, because I'm always the one that's got to push it onto the trailer. So hopefully it does drive on the trailer. Let's get this angle kit on.
We're gonna do a before and after comparison of the angle kit. This is the free version. This is, I cut and welded the knuckles like an inch shorter, and it gives it more angle than stock, and it's free, but it's definitely not enough because I kept spinning out all the time, and that's the only reason why.
Definitely the reason why you couldn't drift. Not because your drift car works one day a year and you get no practice.
Yeah. I would call that about 45 degrees. What? Gavin's a little more analytical. What would you call that?
That we don't need to guess.
The expert over here gets out the fancy tools.
Dylan, great news. You were dead on. That's exactly 45, you guys.
I win getting to take the car apart. Yay. This kit will put us probably, I'm hoping for like 80. That was my 75. Gavin's face said 80. Was I've seen pictures where it's almost, it might be closer to 90. Like I've seen pictures and it's crazy.
How does that even the wheel would be in the way? That's remarkable. Honestly, I bet even 60 would be like visually a lot. I'm going to go with 60.
Okay.
80 would be the whole, that's literally like the wheel would be in the way. That's crazy.
You're right. Got a little carried away there, but I'm sticking with 75.
It's going to be at least 95, 100 degrees.
The old control arms are out and the IRP is going in. It's already looking really good.
It's almost like if you start with a fully rusted hunk of junk and you put a single new part on it, it's going to make a difference. Let's make sure these are quasi-adjusted, because we want some camber on this bad girl, right? That's what you were saying?
Yeah.
So something about like that. That's what this ought to look like. And then we throw this bad boy on there at some point.
That's freaking cool.
That should do it.
We have a special delivery. We got some new merch.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
What? We got merch alert? Oh dude, those are sick! Yo, those are so sick. Some freaking tie-dye shirts?
Yeah.
We've been needing that, dude.
Yeah. These are
so rad.
very limited edition. Mostly you're gonna have to come get these in person at one of the festivals this year, but we might sell a few on the website. So if you want one, leave a comment.
Or maybe we'll do like some autographed ones or do some sort of special thing if we're gonna get rid of some of these on the website. Those are sick, dude. The tie-dye is awesome.
These are even more limited.
Dang!
Oh, we got the purple tie-dye too.
And he's not kidding. There's only 2 boxes, and he had to dig to the bottom of that second box to find the purple one.
Slush Festival in May, and then Ascend Festival in June. We'll be there with the cars and the merch, so come see us.
And don't forget, PPIR is doing their Peak Adrenaline event in July as well, and we'll be there for that. So if you wait till July, that's on you, but just saying.
The drift event starts today. Probably not going to make it today, but tomorrow we are about to have a car. We've got the angle kit on and just doing our little ghetto alignment.
It's not the best, but it does provide shockingly decent alignment for just here in the garage. You just measure between this and an identical piece on the other side, and you just try and get everything somewhat straight. It's pretty straightforward. Get it? Get it? Does everyone get it? I'm losing my mind. And then we go, cool, 66 and 3/8. We're gonna do the same thing but on the back. So that is 68 7/8. Okay. This might be the most confident I've felt about a test drive this car's about to make in over 365 days.
That's saying a lot, because he's never confident about these test drives. The wheel bearings might be blown out.
Yeah, they might be. I think I had said 65, yes, 60?
I think you said 60 and I said
80?
I said 75. I went with 75. So let's see. We got to find out how much angle this IRP kit actually gets us.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
it's pretty good.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's definitely more.
Oh, I think that's right on 60.
Oh,
Maybe even less.
It's
Yeah,
hard
it's
'cause
like 58.
we'll give it to you. He got it. Nice.
Yeah. 60 is a lot though, like a lot.
So that was 15 degrees gained over our free cut and welded knuckles. So I think it was worth it.
We won't know until we see if this solves all your spinning out problems.
All right, we're gonna do some test drives, do some data logs for our remote tuner Mike over at Sakura Garage, and then we can start ripping on this thing.
It does look like a drift car now. Like before it looked like just an absolute pile of trash, and now it looks like a pile of trash that was built for drifting.
Yeah.
Stance is wild looking.
This kit does push the wheels an inch out on either side, so if you have a regular car with fenders, you're gonna need to do some changing. Luckily, we don't have that problem.
It's one of the few benefits of having what some people would call a cart instead of a car. Let's go test this thing on the street, see how it does. Fortunately, we live in Colorado and it's springtime, so it should be really nice outside.
It was nice when I drug this thing in here like 2 days ago. What happened?
It's Colorado weather for you. It's snowing.
And we have a drift event tomorrow with what's left of a car. Have fun on this test drive.
Hand me my jacket.
Oh, you baby. It's only snowing outside and there's no part of this car left. Let's hope this goes well.
Putting that angle kit to use. Uh-oh.
Oh, that wasn't good.
Yeah, I'm assuming you didn't turn the car off.
No, I did not.
And then it goes away. And then it just fully went away. What is that sound? No car has ever made that sound before.
It's not ideal, but it stopped now.
What is that noise? It's not consistent and it just kind of disappears.
A few moments later.
We were about to go for our first test drive and data logging session, and the car stopped, and now it doesn't want to start and makes horrible noises. Yeah, something major is wrong.
I went inside for 2 seconds and I came outside and the car's not running and Dylan's taking the valve cover off, so.
Let's see what's in there.
I don't think the cam is broken, which is an okay sign, but something's definitely wrong. I just don't know what. Yeah, they're moving. We were there. We were done with everything. All we had to do was some data logs and a little remote tuning, and we were gonna be drifting tomorrow, but now we're not. The vibes in the shop were about as low as you could possibly get, and then Mike, our tuner, said, check if it jumped timing. And you know what? We did that, and it appears that it jumped timing.
So now the vibes are low, but we have a better understanding of why.
I think there's a little bit of hope.
No, that's our problem, is we get the smallest bit of sunshine through an absolute, like just a torrential storm, and we're like, all right, it's summer, baby. And then it's not. It's just one bit of sunshine peek through. If we can get this thing running by the end of today, confidently enough that we can take it to a drift event tomorrow, breakfast is on me. There's no way.
We've got like 4 hours to get this thing running before we have to load it onto the trailer and get to the event. You have to remain optimistic. That's the only way to survive. I mean, this is the 4th engine on this stupid little car. If we weren't optimists, we would have thrown it in the trash a long time ago.
And we'd probably have something that just runs by now. That's the problem, is hope is why we keep trying to fix something that's perma-broke.
If I could afford a Corvette, I would have one by now. I promise you that. But the YouTube views aren't where they need to be.
YouTube people make so much money. It's just a cash cow.
All right, let me show you. So we're at top dead center, and our cam lobes are not where they're supposed to be. We have 20 teeth in our timing belt, and there should be 19, so it definitely jumped somehow.
So we just throw a new belt on and she'll fire right up and go drifting around the neighborhood. That's what's going to happen in the next 2 hours.
Right, 100%.
You guys have no idea the roller coaster of the... We've been literally working on this car about every month, every other month for the past year, trying to get it to do something. And it almost did something. It did do something, and then that something was bad.
And what they also don't know is we've tried to film 4 videos with this in the last month, and every single time the F1 car has just blown to bits. So we are 6 weeks without being able to say we've had a single successful film day. This has to work. I've got nothing left.
Yeah, you guys, the YouTube grind is hard, whether you realize it or not. We are working every day. It's just not always successful.
All right, we got the new timing belt on there. This is what I was talking about earlier, is that these cam lobes need to be each pointed out, and they were not before. And then we have 19 teeth between our wheel marks right there.
It just won't let Dylan give up this car. Everyone else on the planet gave up on this car literally years ago, and Dylan refuses to give up hope.
I had given up, and then Mike just had this one last thing, and maybe it'll work. We still don't know.
Oh, sure. Blame Mike. Blame Mike. Sure. Yeah, okay.
It had jump timing. We don't know why it jumped timing. If there's a root cause in the engine somewhere, that's certainly possible, and it could just do the same thing again right now. If we could still make it to this drift event, it's going to be insane.
Oh, if we make it to the drift event that's tomorrow.
It actually started, I think, now. The drift event started now. We're not going to make it now, but we can make it in the morning.
Every project somehow ends up like this. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We thought we were prepared. We had all the things ready until we didn't.
All right, we good to fire it up?
Good as this is going to get.
All or nothing. Do we get to go to this drift event or not? Well, that's about the sound it made when it jumped the timing the last time, so. All right, I guess that's the end of it.
All right, the Miata gods have spoken, Dylan. 4 motors down. We still don't have a running car.
No, I think Miata motors are done. We're going to have to swap something else in there, but we need some ideas. What do you guys think we should put in this thing? Leave a comment and let us know, and maybe that's what we'll do.
Coolest comment gets put into this freaking rocket ship that's red. Do with that what you will.
Obviously, we missed that drift event, but we will be at Slush Festival with some kind of drift car, so make sure and stay tuned for that, and get your tickets to Slush Fest and come see us. Stay rad.